In order for us to understand the intuitive process, we have to understand how emotion works in regards to our nervous system, and also how we perceive the outside world. When we perceive the outside world, we do it through our five senses: seeing, hearing, taste, touch, and smell. And ultimately, that information gets passed into our central nervous system. Now, the central nervous system has three major components to it that are very important, because most people think it's the brain and the spine. And yes, it is the spine, but ultimately there's two other brains associated with it as well. And so we have a ganglion of neurons that are connected to our nervous system that are part of our gut. And then we also have a ganglion of neurons that are connected to our heart that are also connected back to the nervous system. And so when the information comes in through the nervous system, through our senses, it then gets pulled into our gut first. The ganglion of neurons that are there are mirror neurons, and so they're capable of memory. That memory gives us the opportunity, or gives our nervous system the opportunity, to give us a binary response. That binary response is based in fear or in love. And so when it's fearful, it makes our vessels get tighter. It increases our heart rate, increases our respiratory rate, and it increases our blood pressure while it drops our oxygen saturation. When we get the relaxed response, it opens up the vessel. The vessel becomes more permeable. It allows the oxygen to pass through to the cells easier. And so we decrease the heart rate, decrease the respiratory rate, decrease the blood pressure, while we increase the oxygen saturation. And so that binary response of fear or love, well, it's pretty simple. It doesn't give us much more information than that. It's basically like, well, you could either be afraid of something or you should engage with it. Once that information passes through the gut, it then moves up the nervous system to the heart. And we have another ganglion of neurons, mirror neurons, that are also capable of memory, that then provide us with feeling. The feelings are on a wide range. They can vary from, I like this, to, ooh, I love this, to, I don't particularly care for it, to, I hate this. And so we get this wide range of feelings that's associated from the heart. And then once we're provided that feeling, the information moves up the central nervous system up to the brain. And a second later, it provides us with, well, judgment or opinion based on our past about the feeling that we're incurring in the present moment. So think about that. The feeling is what is real. The feeling is actually what's occurring in the present moment. But our thought or our opinion or our judgment is based in the past. So feel it first. Don't think about it too much. So that is how we engage with the outside world in the present moment. And that's also how we can screw it up based on our previous experience from the past, meaning the judgment and the opinion. But our nervous system also works the other way. And this drives our health. Meaning that what we think about, we can then drive an endocrine response that provides us with a hormonal release into our bloodstream. And so, if you have good thoughts, well, we generate that through the heart, and we generate this plethora of hormones through the endocrine system that provide us with good feeling. Things like serotonin, things like oxytocin. Those hormones promote our health and our good feeling. Although, when we become judgmental, when we become critical, especially about ourselves and other people, we then begin to drive an endocrine response that's based around judgment or feelings of inadequacy. And so ultimately, the more we think in a negative way, the more we feel in a negative way. The more we think in a positive way, well, the better our health. How we think is how we feel.